I mean, I was musing about it the other day, last time we were sat here watching a game, about the sort of ethnic mix of the footballers themselves. That's changing. And of course, I mean, it's fairly strong now, isn't it, on making sure people aren't racist in their chanting and things like that. The Rovers do quite a lot of work on against racism work. Some of it, a youth group in the centre of town called Youth Action who are involved in that. But I guess the best way for these things to change are for people to evolve with it. You can have a campaign, but campaigns don't always change people's minds. I think it's just getting people getting used to each other. I also think, and I was telling this to my son a few years ago, probably when in the 50s and 60s, when most blokes in this town worked in the cotton industry and worked till 12:30 on a Saturday lunchtime, then picked up their sons and then walked or came on the buses. Because when I first came to Blackburn Rovers, there were corporation buses waiting to take people away. That I would guess most of the men and most of their sons would have come in their gabardines and flat caps to watch the game. And that's not the case anymore because of the likes of Sky Sports, B&Q, other sorts of demands on people's time, that I think there's a different audience that comes to football games these days. I think it's in a developmental stage, that kind of process. A lot of the stewards here are from the Asian community, and Lord Adam Patel, has a seat somewhere over there on the main stand there. So I think it's a question of changing in habits. There are starting to be, a bit like happened to me 40 and 50 years ago, Asian dads bringing their lads down to watch the game, and a little bit now of quite good Asian football teams in the amateur leagues starting to take place. But I don't think it was I think it was a natural first thing for the Asian community to be involved in, and I would guess sometimes places like this are fairly hostile towards people like that. But again, things change and things get better.